It's Mo. It is January 7th, and I thought this vlog was going to be all about the first full week in January, and some of it is. This is my last in my weekly vlogs series, so this is actually going to be 2 weeks. So bonus, kind of, or not, depending on how you think of it, or cheating, depending on how you think of it, but it is, like I said, I keep saying it's January 7th. It's January 10th. I said that wrong in several vlogs recently. It's January 10th, and it's the first day of Winterween. Winterween is a read-along or a readathon put on by Gabby Reads, and it's all about like reading spooky books, horror, thrillers, mysteries in various times in the year. So we have Summerween, we have Winterween, and then they usually do like a Halloween version as well in the spooky season. There's a bunch of prompts. I don't know what they are off the top of my head. Usually it's like read a book in the dark. Usually it's read a thriller or horror book. I think this one has to do with haunted houses, so I think there's a haunted house prompt as well, but I don't remember. But I wanted to talk about some of the books that I might read for this. Last Winterween in 2024, I started reading The Lottery and Other Stories by Shirley Jackson, and I'm most of the way through this. I have like scattering of this half of the book, some stories that I haven't read yet. I haven't read the titular story, The Lottery, yet. I've read that one before. I think like most people in the US, I had to read that in school, so I remember it partly, mostly, some of it, but not like the nitty-gritty of it. And then I've read some throughout here, but I need to read some throughout here. So we probably only have about a quarter of this left, and the majority of that is probably The Lottery. So I'm looking forward to trying and finishing this one. I really want to read The Only One Left by Riley Sager, which is his, I think, 2023 release, maybe 2024. I don't know. Does he release 2 books a year? I don't know. This one, I think, is a story within a story. So it's about a caretaking for a woman who can't speak, and then that woman ends up telling her caretaker her life story, and it's like a Lizzie Borden story, I think, by typing on a typewriter. So I think it's kind of a return to, what was the one about the Vermont house? They're all about Vermont houses. Riley Sager is a New Jersey author, and he loves Vermont, and I think he lives in Vermont, which is great for me because I'm from New Jersey and I love Vermont, and I've spent a lot of time in Vermont. So it's definitely, I love the like depictions of Vermont, and that sometimes New Jersey is referenced. So I think that's super fun. I haven't read a Riley Sager since last year. I usually read about one a year. I love this cover. I think it's so beautiful. So I definitely want to read this one. I fly through these books. They're super fast. They're not very good. If you've never read Riley Sager, they're not very good. He's known for doing like twists and turns, and there definitely are twists and turns, but some of them are really stupid and lame, and some of them are fun. But either way, I'm excited to read that. And then the other book I was thinking about reading for this was Something Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. Is that right? Let me look really quick. It's a book that I own, but my friend is borrowing. I let him borrow it like 2 years ago, and I haven't got it back yet. What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. I kind of want to read it. I probably would have read it on audio anyway. I probably won't keep it. There's a very slim chance that after I'm done reading it, I will want it. So if I read it on audio, then I don't want it, I don't want to keep it, I'll just let him have it and I'll never think about it again. It'll be like an instant unhaul. But if I end up really liking it and wanting it back, then I can ask for it back from him, because I don't actually think he's ever going to read it, which is fine. Speaking of reading books, I'm still doing the Read What You Own challenge. Now, technically, my last book, my 25th book for this challenge, was Decline and Fall by Evelyn Waugh, but I did pick up 3 books recently from Little Free Libraries. Some good ones. One I might not keep, but some good ones. So I think what I'm going to do is, instead of trying to unhaul them, just because, I don't know, I don't have the wherewithal right now to go through my books and try to unhaul some from my TBR, I'm going to read 3 more books for this challenge. So I'm going to end up reading 28 books total to make up for those 3 books that I added on. Previously in this challenge, I wasn't allowing books that I picked up during this challenge, so not from the wall library sale, or not any books that I picked up but then unhauled a book for, to count. But now I am going to allow it, because I'm reading a couple of books that I picked up from that time, or I want to read some books that I picked up during that time, and since these are like extra books, it'll be fine. Now, the wall library sale is coming back on January 17th, so maybe we'll end this vlog and this vlog series with going to the wall library sale, which would be really fun, because Winterween goes from the 10th to the 17th, or the 10th to the 16th, I think. So I would like to read Winterween books like within the Winterween time. And I'd like to like finish up this vlog by the end of that week. So it's Friday today. I'd like to finish it up by Friday next week. So let's say on January 17th, we're going to finish this vlog. And we're going to finish this vlog project. And we're going to finish Winterween. So that'll be really fun. Hopefully I won't pick up any books between now and the 17th, so that I don't have to tack any more on to my Read What You Own challenge. So hopefully we'll also finish my Read What You Own challenge. Today I have to work this weekend. Tomorrow we're going to a friend's party for a toy that he made. That sounds weird. Sunday I have to work because it's a payroll week. Monday, work. All next week, work. So let's read some spooky books. Let's do some work. Let's have a good last weekly vlog week. Let me know how the beginning of 2025 is going for you. Like I said, I had intended this vlog to be all the first week, but the first week went by, like first full week of 2025 went by so fast, and you know, here we are already starting like the second full week. So let me know how it's going for you. Let me know what's happening. Thanks so much for joining me, and when I read some more or when I have another update, I will definitely come back and let you know.
Oh, really? Yeah. And then I have to read some. Before Roger Bentley. I don't want to bother people.
Some places were being like red.
Great. Phone eats first, as they say. It is January 13th. On Friday, I started reading for Winterween. We're in the heart of it, and I read some of the Shirley Jackson. Actually, I think I have it right here. I read a few stories from the Shirley Jackson short story collection. I still have one long story in the middle here that it's like 30 pages that I need to read. And then I only have this much left in the rest of the book. Less than a quarter of the book all the way through, so I'm hoping I can finish this week by the end of this vlog. But if I can't, I think I can get a good way of the way through it. I also started reading What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall on audio, and so far I'm liking it. It's very standard, like girls, maybe they lied, maybe they didn't, maybe the person they said attacked them didn't attack them kind of thriller that you see often. But I am really enjoying the writing style, and I like some of the particular touches. I personally haven't read a lot of those like girl group, something happens in their childhood and then they have to come back together later. I would say one that I did read was In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, and these girls in What Lies in the Woods are even younger than those people. They're like really, really young. They were like 11 or 12 when whatever tragedy occurred. But I think like the different touches, like the different dynamics between the group and the different people involved and the different setting is kind of what sets those apart. And I think some of the details of What Lies in the Wood is really interesting, and the way the girls interacted is pretty interesting. I don't think it's going to be shocking. I don't think it's going to be full of twists. We'll see what happens. I think it's going to be one of those ones that like, it's either this or this, whatever. But that's fine. I'm still liking it. I'm going to try and finish that today. It's Monday and I have to get to work because I have not been working yet today and I really need to get to work. And then I'm reading Thousand Cranes for the TBR spin, but I think after that I'm going to start the Riley Sager that I said I wanted to read. I don't remember what that is because I want to read that one physically because I think it'll go really fast and be really fun, and then I will also continue to read this. One thing about What Lies in the Woods is that I realized that it also fits for the first Buzzword Readathon, Buzzword Read-Along, Buzzword Challenge. One thing about It Lies in the Woods is that I realized that it also counts as the January prompt for the Buzzword Reading Challenge. I've already read a book for the Buzz Cover Reading Challenge for January, and I don't usually follow along with the Buzzword Reading Challenge. I usually just do it all at the end of the year. If you want to go back a couple of videos, a couple of vlogs, you'll see me working on that throughout December for last year, for 2024. But it's funny that I just happen to be reading a book in January that fits the January prompt. I think I am going to put this book in that slot on Storygraph, but I think after this I'm not going to pay attention to that. I'm only going to pay attention to the Buzz Cover Challenge, and I am going to do those in the month that they're supposed to get done as much as possible throughout the year. Let me know if you're participating in Winterween. What did you read for it? How was it? Let me know if you're participating in the Buzzword Readathon this year, if you're doing it month to month, or if you're participating in the Buzz Cover Readathon, Reading Challenge, whatever it is. And if you're doing that month to month, what book are you reading for January with a pattern on the cover?
So far in January.
I said I was going to stop this vlog on Friday, and so I'm going to stop this vlog now. So those were 2 weeks of my life, the first couple of weeks in 2025. It was pretty much the same as it always is, but it was good. A lot of work, but also some adventure. We went to our friend's toy birthday, which was really fun. We have been around and about. We went to a couple of different restaurants, different things, you know, had a good start to the year. I'm currently reading The Only Ones Left by Riley Sager for Winterween. Technically Winterween ended yesterday, but I'm going to finish this and count it towards Winterween. And then I also read some stories out of the Shirley Jackson The Lottery and other stories. I don't know, I'm just not in the mood for that right now. I didn't read a ton of it, and I probably won't be finishing it in January. I also read What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall, which I enjoyed, and I'm glad that I read it. I'm also gonna just leave it with my friend. If it was the kind of thriller that I needed to keep or needed to have on my shelves, I might ask for it back, but since it's not, I'll just wait until they eventually read it. And actually, the friend that I lent it to, I think his boyfriend would prefer it more than he would, so, you know, hopefully that friend, Michael, will read that. I liked it on audio. I thought it was good. I definitely want to read more Kate Alice Marshall. I didn't think it was doing anything groundbreaking, but it was a fun mystery. It was a fun time, a fun thriller. So that's the end of the weekly vlogs. A little rumination on my weekly vlogs. I think I liked doing this project because it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but I didn't put in the effort to make it turn out the way I wanted to. And I do still like the idea of doing little snapshots and little clips of my life here and there, but I think I do like doing it the way that I have done it for the last several years on my channel, which is to incorporate those snippets and clips of my life into various reading vlogs. One thing that I think I learned during this project is that I need like a more set idea of what I'm going to do. So doing a day in my life, doing a 40s diary, doing a specific challenge or a specific idea will help me get the footage that I want and make the vlog the way I want it to be. Doing it like this is fine. It's fun. I think the vlogs turned out interesting. I enjoy having them as a record of my life, but they're just very nebulous. Like, I need a little more structure, even if it's just my own personal structure, to be able to formulate the vlogs the way that I want to formulate them. So I will continue to do vlogs like that. I will do reading challenges. I will continue to do day in my life. I will continue to do 40 diaries with a specific theme, but I think I'm stronger at those than I am at just like a general weekly vlog. Let me know if you enjoyed this vlog series. This is the very end of my 10 weeks, which was definitely more than 10 weeks, but 10 weekly vlogs. Let me know what you thought of them. If you know vloggers who do weekly vlogs that you really love, let me know that. List them in the comments below. I love Carrie Cake's vlogs. I love Olivia Reads a Latte's vlogs. I watch those pretty religiously. I really like Tapioca Press's digital nomad vlogs, which are kind of similar to what I'm saying I want to do, which is just snippets of her life, but contained with like more of a theme. So I love vlogs like that. I like how Gabby Reads does vlogs, because she does them like reading challenges, but with her life in them, which is really fun. I mean, Carrie Cakes and Carrie Can Read are like two of my all-time favorite channels, and I love to watch her. I love Carrie Cakes because it's less reading centric and more like her life, and she's just like a brilliant filmmaker and videographer. I love Stephanie Bookish's vlogs. I love her vlogs. Obviously I love Books and Lala's vlogs, which her and Stephanie Bookish do more like reading challenges and then snippets of her life, but I find that I wish there was a little bit more in both of those vlogs and Gabby's vlogs about their life, and like more of a balance. So maybe that's something that I'll aim to do, is put a little bit more balance in some of my reading vlogs, depending on what they are. But like I said, if you know people who you love their vlogs, if they do weekly vlogs or if they do book challenge vlogs with snippets of their life, definitely list that down below. And thank you for joining me on this voyage and letting me work through my ideas and my feelings with you, which I love to do. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.